Want to speak real Swedish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at swedishpod101.com.
Du ser bra ut idag. You look great today. Du ser bra ut idag. You look great today. Such a short and easy one, but I believe this is something you can tell anyone and it will always make them happy. So, good one to remember. Jag saknar dig. I miss you. Jag saknar dig. I miss you. I hope you don't get to hear this too much, because maybe that means that you're too far away from your loved ones. But of course, when you like people, you will hopefully miss them too sometimes. I guess that's part of the game, don't you think? Du gjorde ett bra jobb. You did a great job. Du gjorde ett bra jobb. You did a great job. I think this one is extra special actually, because when it's about work or a school project or something, it means that you put an effort into it, like maybe worked really hard, and someone tells you that you did a great job. That's maybe that's even more worth than money, that someone is really happy about what you did. So use this one. Det kommer en bonus i slutet av månaden. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Det kommer en bonus i slutet av månaden. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Well, this one means that you did an extra good job, I think, if someone is willing to give you a bonus, or if that you worked hard enough to earn that well-deserved bonus. So good on you if you hear this. Du är en utmärkt kock. You're an excellent cook. Du är en utmärkt kock. You're an excellent cook. Well, personally, I'm not that into cooking, so honestly, I'm not sure if I get to hear this too much. But if you like cooking, I hope you get to hear this from people trying out your food. I'm sure you do. Och du vinner. And you win. Och du vinner. And you win. I hope that you sometimes win, but maybe not all the time, because maybe that would make people around you angry. So I hope you win now and then, and that you enjoy it when you do. Du hade rätt. You were right. Du hade rätt. You were right. Again, it's always nice to be right, I think. If you weren't sure about something and you look it up and you find out that you were right, but I hope this is not part of an argument where someone is angry at you for being right. So sometimes I think it's more important to agree to disagree to, but I'm sure you got this. Jag tog med något speciellt till dig. I brought you something special. Jag tog med något speciellt till dig. I brought you something special. Maybe if someone you know, like a loved one in the family, has been away traveling and bring you home something special, I know that's something I really appreciate when people do. Budgeten är obegränsad. The budget is unlimited. Budgeten är obegränsad. The budget is unlimited. Well, this is nice when you're gonna work on a project or something, that you can put everything into it that you want. So I hope you get to hear this sometimes. Jag är så stolt över dig. I'm so proud of you. Jag är så stolt över dig. I'm so proud of you. Maybe this is my favorite on the list, to hear that someone is really proud of me. It's something extra. Vad heter du? What's your name? And the sample answer could be, jag heter Hanna. Jag heter Hanna. My name is Hannah. Very useful and easy, and always good to ask for someone's name, and also allows you to maybe learn some Swedish names. We say them a bit differently, even though some of them are similar sounding to other languages. Hur mår du? How are you? Jag mår bra. Jag mår bra. I'm fine. There we had the question and the answer to this. It's a very good starter and Maybe if you know someone, you'll get more than the I'm fine, but for a nice and polite start of a conversation, it's also a sign of interest to ask someone how they are. I think that's similar to most languages. Var kommer du ifrån? Where are you from? Jag kommer från Kina. Jag kommer från Kina. I'm from China. Not that I am, but in my case, I would of course use Sweden, and maybe for you it's another country. So, but if you travel, I know that you meet a lot of people from different places, and then knowing how to ask them where they're from is a good conversation starter. And also interesting to find out. Maybe you can ask more questions about where they're from. Var lärde du dig svenska? Where did you learn Swedish? Jag lärde mig svenska på swedishpod101.com. Jag lärde mig svenska på swedishpod101.com. I learned Swedish at swedishpod101.com. Maybe you already guessed this. Var bor du? Where do you live? Jag bor i Stockholm. Jag bor i Stockholm. I live in Stockholm. Remember to add the place that you live in and not use Stockholm if you're not in Stockholm. But Stockholm is a very beautiful place, so maybe it's a good idea to move there. It's fun to find out more about where people are from and to hear about their country, I believe. And when you travel in Sweden, also not everybody is from Sweden or from Stockholm. Var jobbar du? Where do you work? Ja, jag jobbar på ICA. Jag jobbar på ICA. I work at ICA. And for you who don't know, ICA is a big grocery store in Sweden. There are others, but this is a very common one. So if you look for a grocery store, you can ask for ICA. Vad har du för telefonnummer? What's your phone number? And to this, you could reply, det är, and then all the numbers. But I think we're going to get to the numbers in another lesson. Det är, meaning it is. And remember the country code if this is someone who's not from your country, if you get their phone number. Vad kostar det? How much is it? Det är, it is. Or here's another one you can also use. Det kostar, it costs. Good to know. Maybe after sightseeing, what you do is you go shopping for some things, and we don't haggle in Sweden, so you don't have to do the haggling. You just have to ask for the price and you'll get the response to what you're probably going to pay. Gillar du svensk mat? Do you like Swedish food? So here we have both two different answers. Ja, det gör jag, meaning yes I do. Or nej, det gör jag inte, meaning no I don't. And to be real honest, the Swedish cuisine is not my favorite. I prefer Asian food, for example, over Swedish food, but we have a few really good ones. And if you're not in Sweden, maybe you have an IKEA, you know, the furniture store somewhere around, and you can try the Swedish meatballs. They're a traditional dish and kids really like them. But that's a first good start to trying Swedish food. Har du varit i Sverige? Have you been to Sweden? Ja, det har jag. Meaning, yes I have. Nej, det har jag inte. Meaning, no I haven't. And if you haven't been to Sweden, I hope you will go. But please go during the summer unless you are into skiing or snowboarding, because summer in Sweden is just magical. We have daylight until very late, like almost depending on where you go, but if you go very far north, the sun is not even gonna set. And in the south we have very long days. So that's a huge recommendation for you who haven't been to Sweden yet.
Want to speak real Swedish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at swedishpod101.com.
Hej! hello. Very basic, simple. You say hey. It works for everybody, whoever you meet. You say hey and they will probably respond with another hey back to you. God morgon. Good morning. Bit more formal, nice and polite for the mornings. Means the same as in English, means good morning. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. Same, polite and nice, but of course used in the afternoon. And again, it's the same meaning as in English. It means good afternoon. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. God natt. Good night. Most of the time it's used for when you're going to sleep. So when you wish someone a nice night, good night's sleep, this is what you say. Vad heter du? What's your name? Very easy. We're not that formal in Sweden. So, and again, it's the same meaning word by word. It means, what's your name? You ask what someone is called. Jag heter Hanna. I'm Hannah. Meaning is just, my name is Hannah, and I do of course recommend you to not say Hannah, but use your own name instead. It might get a bit weird if you just copy my name. Unless your name is Hannah, of course. Trevligt att träffas. Nice to meet you. Same meaning as in English again. Always you can use this when you meet someone, like when you introduce yourself. But you can also use it when you say goodbye and you want to tell them that it was nice getting to know them, nice meeting them. First time or every time. So there's no wrong time for using this one when you want to tell someone that it was nice seeing them. Hur mår du? How are you? Nice and easy short phrase. Sometimes in Sweden we do respond like, oh, it's all good, even though it's not. And sometimes if you know someone closer, they probably give you a more thorough explanation, tell them a bit more about what's going on in their life. So this can either be just a polite phrase or when you sincerely mean to, find out more about what's going on in someone's life. Jag mår bra tack. Och du? I'm fine thanks. And you? Yeah, so maybe this is the polite version of the answer if everything is good, or if everything is good. So this is just the most common way to respond if someone asks you like, what's going on? It's all good. I don't want to go too deep into whatever is going on in your life, but it's nice and polite. And of course it ends with asking someone back how they are. Snälla. Please. In Swedish, we use this word snälla. It's the meaning of snäll is nice, kind. And sometimes we use the word for thanks instead, like in the end of the sentence, like, can you pass me the salt, please? We say tack, thanks, instead of this word. But you can swap them. You can use either of the two, and it's still going to be a nice way of asking someone to maybe help you or answer a question or something. Tack, thank you. Here we go with this word. Tack, thank you, or thanks. I would say that it's more like thanks. It's the short, nice, not very formal way of just saying thanks. I think maybe this is the most useful word in any language. Don't you think? Like every time if someone helps you with the door or something, you can thank them. And that's one of the first things for me, at least, that I want to learn how to say in the language. Thank people for helping me. Varsågod. You're welcome. Maybe you help someone sometimes and they say thank you for helping them, holding a door or something. I guess in almost every country it's like the norm that you maybe, if someone is carrying a lot of stuff or someone elderly walks by, you hold the door for them. And in Sweden, if they say thank you, you reply with this phrase for you're welcome. So, varsågod. You're welcome. Ja. Yes. it's just yes, you know. When you want to say, you can add the yes please, ja tack, but it's just yes, easy. Nej, no. Also, nej, short and easy, is just the word to say no. You can add the politer version, say no thanks, then you just say nej tack. So this is actually fun. You can combine the words in this lesson a lot to create more polite sentences. Okay, okay. So this one you kind of already knew if you know the English version, and I've heard that okay is one of the most common words in the world these days. It's used in a lot of languages, almost the same pronunciation, almost the same spelling as well. So okay, that one always works. Ursäkta mig. Excuse me. For when you want to maybe walk by someone is standing in your way, like maybe accidentally blocking a door or something, you just want to politely ask them if you can step by or if they could move to the side, then you use this one. Also, if you want to get attention, you use this, like, excuse me, to get some attention. Maybe in a restaurant or something like that. Förlåt. Sorry. Maybe almost as useful as knowing how to say thanks. You can say this, I'm sorry. And this is maybe more on an emotional level than the phrase for excuse me. It's a bit similar to English there too, I think, that you use. This is more like serious, maybe deeper level. Maybe you hurt someone, or it doesn't have to be like that super emotional, but maybe you accidentally hurt someone. Then you say sorry. Vad är klockan? What time is it? So in Sweden we don't use the AM PM, but we use the 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we say 13, 14, 15 hours for the afternoon time. And so that's also a good thing to remember when asking about time, that maybe someone will tell you, oh, it's 14. Then they actually mean 2 p.m. So that's a good fact to have when you ask for the time, so that you understand what they tell you. Var är toaletten? Where is the restroom? Good one to know, you all. I guess you've sometimes been somewhere and you really needed a restroom. I think that's like part of being human. And then asking for it in the right language can actually be crucial not to have an accident. So actually, as you might have heard when I said it, it's quite similar to the word toilet. So toilet. So you can probably use toilet and get around, but it's always good to know how to ask for this. Vänta ett ögonblick. Wait a moment. Maybe in a restaurant or in a store, if you order something or buy something, they just need to, fix something before they can help you. Then this is what they will tell you, to just wait a moment. And hopefully it's just a moment and not longer. Hur mycket kostar det här? How much is this? So except for getting food, maybe the next thing you need to solve when you're traveling is to buy some things, do some shopping, and then of course in Sweden we don't haggle, so when you ask for the price you'll get what you're expected to pay. There are a few exceptions to this, like a few markets where you can haggle and discuss the price, but most places it's just fixed, so when you ask for it you'll get the answer you need. Kan jag få notan tack? Could I get the check please? This is for asking to pay. In a restaurant, you can just raise your hand and ask for the check and you'll be able to pay. Kan jag få notan, tack? Could I get the check, please? Hjälp. Help. I hope you don't have to use this one anytime at all, because it might mean that you're in a tricky situation. But if you do end up in one, it's of course useful to Be able to scream for help. Quite similar to the English one. Hjälp. So you just yelp, and hopefully someone will run over and help you with whatever it is you're gotten yourself into. Actually, Swedes can be a bit, maybe they won't approach you if you look like you don't need help. So if you like pretend that you're okay. So it's actually good to ask for it if you need it. Vi ses senare. See you later. This is, it can either mean that you will see each other later, but you can also just use it to be nice, like, you know, hope to see you later, but you just say see you later as if you will actually see them. But it's kind of a nice way of saying that you hope to see them later. So, vi ses senare. Or, as you would usually say, actually in Swedish, you would say vi ses sen. Sen, instead of senare. So that's a shorter version. A bit more of slang, but you can maybe start with the correct one. Hej då. Goodbye. Short and easy, a version of the hey that we used to say hello. You add a little part in the end, and you can use this for anyone. It's also like, doesn't matter if they are older or younger or anything like that. Use the same word.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.